Oh no, we're going by ourselves. No, why can't somebody be with me? I'm scared. I'm such a wimp. You make your way out of the general store and down the road to the clinic. I got this. I totally got this. You make your way up the familiar hill, past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Oh, the music. God, I'm so scared, y'all. What if something attacks me? What am I gonna do? Oh, do you see the raccoon? Is that a ditchling? The raccoon's cute, though. I like him. Oh, there's one in the canal. And there's one over here. Oh my god, it's Wayne! Oh my god, do you see Wayne? Oh my god, he's totally gonna try to kill me. Or he's gonna help me. I don't know. Very sus. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. I'm gonna ask the raccoon. You quickly glance around, eyes trained on the underbrush. A flash of a striped tail grabs your eye immediately. Oh, he mad. Can I help you, Buster? Hey there, if you were trying to break into that house at the top of the hill, how would you do it? What? Just because I've got little hands to go through people's trash, I'm supposed to know how to break into places? There's a hill that'll take you right to that big flat roof thing. Sometimes the humans leave windows open up there, and I go inside. Don't tell them, okay? I like to sleep on their big piles of cloth. It's one of my few joys in life. He leaves you as you turn back to look at the clinic. I think we have to climb up to the terrace. You're pretty sure you can make a jump to the second floor, at least with a running start. You make your way up the hill and bend your knees in anticipation, and then you jump. You land and try the door. It's unlocked. Okay. It looks chill in here. It looks like nobody lives up here. The upstairs of the clinic feels like a decommissioned museum. Old furniture is covered in plain white sheets, and a thick layer of dust coats the floor. This place hasn't seen any use in years. You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You can feel that odd sensation again, the nagging pull of whatever it was that wanted you to find it. You've been caught by its gravity, an overwhelming curiosity, guiding you around a corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar, as if inviting you to enter. Oh my god. Let me just take a second to process this. I'm confused. I don't want to hopefully we don't get a close up. Oh, never mind. He's fine. What are you doing in the morgue? Hi, it's a flirt? Vampire! You haven't seen Stella around, have you? She's been missing since last night. You'd be all casual about it. Could I flirt with him? I do like Reese. God, I totally thought he was dead. She killed you. Are you human? I really don't think he is. Am I interrupting something? What are you doing sleeping in the morgue? I'm just gonna pretend I never saw this. I don't know what to ask. All of these are good. Oh my god, you died and she Frankensteined you back to life. Yeah, that's what I've been thinking since the beginning. I don't know if I should flirt. I really want to, but I don't know if I should. Is it an explorer? No, it's not. I guess I could go, okay, I have to ask, are you human? Okay. I was scared. Yes, sorry. This probably doesn't look the most normal, but sometimes I just come down here to practice, I guess, rehearse. What? That is not normal. That's kind of weird, dude. I see. Being among the dead brings you comfort. Rehearse. You say. Good one. His words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down there. I really don't think that he's actually a human being, but fight me. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance. Your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. He's gonna stop us, right? You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder for a moment. The thing on the other side of the blank wall loosens its pull on you. You looked kinda possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. Why wall? Need see thing, but wall stand in way. Let me inside. There's some kind of magic shit going on, man, but it's telling me I need to get behind that wall. There's stone carving on the other side of the wall, and I need to see it. Reese glances back at the wall. Oh god, the voices. I might have to lower the volume for my own sanity if it gets loud. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if you really need to get in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the doc out of our hair. Should take 2 seconds. Get the doc out of our hair. Yeah, if I say I'm sick and need something, sure drop whatever she's doing and do it for me. Surefire way to get her out of the house. And most of the time, it's true anyway. I mean, use what you got to get what you need. No shame in that. Use what you got to get what you need. No shame in that. I don't know why that's hard to say. Does that make her worry about you even more? Wow, manipulating her using your illness. Classic. I mean, honestly, if it works, that's fine. Yeah. Because he probably needs space sometimes. I feel like she bothers him all the time. Exactly. Yes, axe, now. Sounds great, lead the way. Yes, I will destroy the wall. Wow, you are seriously desperate about that wall. I'll make it quick, be right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited. His usual, is that supposed to be sour, or is dour a word? Demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. When tearing down walls gets you excited. You hear his soft voice filtering in through the open doorway. At the top of the stairs, a hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom. He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try to keep some juice down. It looks like we're all out, though. Really? I thought I just picked some up. I've got an errand to run on Main Street anyway. I'll go pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale, too. That would be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy. It's no problem. It doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. You hear her footsteps move down the hall, then the front door opening and closing. It worked. The theatric grasp has left his voice, excitement rising in its place. Come on up. We don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious wherever it is, though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the doc's office first. I wonder if she knows that it's in there, or if she doesn't. Because she might not. Like, these are ancient things, right? Like, I mean, Rosalina's family didn't even know it was in there, you know? But she just seems like she would know because she seems to know everything, but I don't know. If she catches us, she's totally gonna be freaking PO'd, though. You make your way to the doorway of her now vacant office. I don't see an axe in here. He's right. A cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medicinal supplies. But something on the desk catches your eye. Some sort of records, with your family's name on them. Pick up the documents to read later. Yes. Oh wait, I should have read the other stuff. Reese watched you with curiosity. Stealing medical documents? If my family's gonna keep secrets from me, I better learn what I can. Yeah, they have my family name on them. I'm allowed. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll just say that. Totally, steal anything you need to. You've got a mystery to solve, and I'm not gonna stand in your way. We love Reese. Reese is like, oh, sure, you know, he'd be like, oh yeah, you can snoop on the computer, you know? He wouldn't be like Kanika at all. Let's check the medical supply room next. I can imagine a room full of chemicals being a place someone might want to keep an axe. Better be careful stealing stuff in there, though. You might really get you in trouble. Oh, what if something happens to Reese? I don't want anything to happen to Reese. I care about him. I care about all these characters, but Reese is probably one of my favorites. You turn around and leave the office. It's time to move on. The medical supply room is probably a good bet. Fire axe seems like something that might be useful in a room full of chemicals. It's just down the hall. There it is. How would he not remember that it's in a giant box and where that box is? I mean, well, we're also talking about a guy, right? I don't want to stereotype. I totally don't want to stereotype. But there are so many guys that I know that it's like anytime there's like they're looking for something in the fridge or in the pantry, you know, it's like they're like, I don't see it. You know what I mean? And then you have to go show them where it is. They never can find it. So that's why I'm thinking maybe he just didn't remember where it was. Looks like it needs a key, though. Okay. We'd better not break the glass. I'd rather explain why I had to steal the axe after we've had the chance to use it. There must be a key in here somewhere. He stops as if listening to something you can't hear. Shit, she's back already. As if on cue, you hear the front door of the clinic open and close, the creak of its antique hinges echoing down the hallway. Footsteps start down the hall. She's headed this way. Quick, we gotta hide. You're not supposed to be in here. He opens the closet door and hurriedly motions you inside. You slip past him, scrunching into the small space as best as you can. He attempts to slide in after you. Oh, the choice. Where else would he go? I don't know if he would make it somewhere else. He makes space and he slips in next to you. I mean, he's not a huge person. The door is just enough that you both can still monitor the entrance to the supply room. Dr. Kelly storms in, plastic bag in tow. She takes something out of the bag and places it on the counter. This is such a cool shot with his, like, with the shadows and everything on his face, making him really seem like he's right next to you. He says he's human. I want to believe him, but, like, what if he just doesn't know? And then she hurries back out, bag rustling as she makes her way down the hallway. We'd better wait a second, just in case. Yeah, good idea. The flirt with Reese. I really want to. Momentarily distracted from the danger at hand by Reese's sudden closeness, it's almost strange to be here with him, after the way he was hidden away for the first few days of your week in Scarlet Hollow, and made him into a seemingly mythical figure, the tragic artist wasting away in a basement, guarded by a tyrannical warden. Now he's right in front of you, a flesh and blood human being, one you could reach out and touch if you so desired. There's no one I'd rather be stuck in an enclosed space with. I like you, you're interesting. If you're scared, you can hold my hand. Nah, he wouldn't like that. I like you, you're interesting. The edge of the door shakes slightly. You realize his hand is trembling on the wall. I think you're interesting too. Aww. I felt like that was more better to say, because I don't want to, like, stress him out or anything. But he's cool. You see a blush rise in his cheeks, and he tears himself away from your gaze, trying to hide his face under the guise of staring out into the supply room beyond. The doctor's footsteps return, the floorboards creaking as she makes her way towards your hiding spot and interrupting your quiet moment. His head swivels suddenly. That was the door to the house. We're in the clear. Let's go. Why did she come back? The two of you spill out of the closet. Reese quickly and quietly starts pulling out drawers, scanning them for keys. I'm gonna let him handle it. I'm not gonna bother him. You watch as he rifles through drawers, content to let him figure it out. Soon there's a jangling of keys as he turns toward you, victorious. What is this? A tree branch? I'm just trying to look at some of this stuff because the scene might change. Not really much of note, to be honest. The hazardous waste. Makes sense, it's a doctor's office. There we go. They're even color-coded. She made this too easy. Reese pauses to look at the plant on the table. It was weird of her to drop that off, right? Why would she put some alien-looking fruit in the supply room? She's not a pharmacist. She's not supposed to make her own medicine. This room is for storing stuff she orders from an actual pharmacist. I doubt it's decorative. Who cares? We got bigger fish to fry. It is weird. Maybe we should do some snooping. Maybe there's some information on it somewhere in here. Let's take it with us and look it up later. We could always eat it and see what it does. No, we are not eating that. That is the stupidest thing you could do. I'm not ingesting it, and I'm not letting Reese ingest it either. Because this man is sick already. Maybe there's some information on it. Yeah, maybe. But before you get the chance to look, Reese jerks his head towards the door. Shit, that was the door from the house. We gotta run. Grab the axe and go. You grab the axe and follow Reese's instruction. Once again starting down the basement stairs, letting the pull of the stone carving guide you back to the morgue. Here we are, axe in hand. Dr. Kelly's voice filters down from above. I was right, we did already have juice. It was just in the back of the fridge. But there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to go rest. Oh, I'm just gonna chill in the morgue. I got my speakers, so if you hear some weird sounds, it's just my music. I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drown out all that industrial clanging you listen to. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in a refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay. I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. Why would she just be like, okay, that's weird, but that's fine. Like, my family would be like, no way in heck you're doing that. You hear the door at the top of the stairs close, and the sound of Reese descending the stairs to join you in the fluorescent lit room below. Hey. Wall now, yes? Wall, let's do this. You listen to music that sounds like a wall being broken down? Of course I do. I'm sad all the time. Glad my taste in music is finally coming in handy. It's the exact cover we need. Stop asking questions. It's time to see what's on the other side of that wall. But I want to ask. No, there was another question. No. Let's do this. Have at it. God, I'm terrified. You approach the far end of the morgue, axe practically swinging through the air as you strike the wall. The first cut offers a surprising amount of resistance. There is some structure behind it, some wood frame holding it in place, trying to stand between you and what waits for you on the other side. You stagger back from the massive hole in the wall and admire your effort. But there's a whole other house behind it. The splintering edge frames a dark passage, seemingly cut into the side of a cliff, cold seeping from the forgotten passageway into the already frigid morgue. Is that a rocking chair? Can't be good. Reese coughs as he takes a better look. at what lies beyond the wound in the wall. There's a whole hallway back there. Thick, stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthly mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward, and you climb into the hole. Oh god. What could be in here? This can't be healthy. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing, rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. So this, I guess this was always the hospital. That's crazy. But it fits because they're on a hill. You know, so like they probably just filled it in, I guess. And we're like, well, you know, like there would be space for it. I mean they're in like, are they in the Carolinas or are they in Virginia? I can't remember. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Oh god. Whoa, are you okay? No, never. You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Oh dear lord. Well, we found the stone. Injured man. Enoch. I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. They said there's nothing they can do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I going to do? Nonsense, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research, and I've found an alternative. We don't have to worry about anything from here on out, I promise. I want to talk to the witch. The witch? But that's nonsense. It's all right. It's all sorted. We're taking you home today, and everything will be resolved by this time next week. That cannot be good. That cannot be freaking good. Your vision swims back into focus, and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. What's up, Reese? You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried you'd slip into a coma or something. This seems to happen every time. You tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carving and collapsed. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. Are you okay? I want to look at the room again. Oh my gosh, do you think that's from Stella? It's cool. I like the TV stand. It's one of those things that they wrap the stuff around. Well, I guess it could be anything, but I wonder if he has some new ditchling photos. I love the lights too. I have some of those in my room. Wait, nothing spooky happened? The mountain didn't collapse on us? No ghosts? How did I get here? Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here? You didn't call an ambulance when I started seizing. I had a vision. I still have those documents I swiped, right? Is this an explorer? Okay, cool. Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here? No, I snuck you back into the house while she was busy in the medical storage room. Figured you wouldn't want to come too in the morgue. Yeah. Thanks, I appreciate it. I really wouldn't. No, nothing happened. You just fell down, twitched a little, and when you seemed stable, I carried you back here. That was just a few hours ago. Wish I'd been awake when you carried me. Oh god, that's so awkward. That's great. Maybe these carvings aren't all that bad. Maybe there's something spooky going on right now, and we haven't realized it yet. Great. Glad I'll have at least one mostly normal day this week. Aw, too bad. I was hoping for some excitement. This is the most interesting one, though. But you have a delicate constitution. He's gonna be so salty. You can always put on a repeat performance if that's something you'd like. I have to. I can't help it. I should probably get going. Stella's still missing, and the stone here finally stopped yelling at me. Yeah, those seizures really can't be good for me. No, because he probably didn't want to alert his mom that I was here. You know? Because I twitched, like, once. Or whatever. And then I was okay. Like, honestly, I think when you have a seizure, I don't know. So, like, and I'm not a medical professional. So, like, I don't know how much you should take this advice. But if it's something like that, that's very, like, it seems like the way he described it, maybe he's just making it seem like it's not. But if it's not that big of a deal, you just make sure the person doesn't bite their tongue, you know? And then, if it's very, like, mild, usually they're okay, question mark. I mean, it might not be good for your mental health or whatever, I don't know how it works. I definitely think you should get checked out afterwards. But you don't need to always call an ambulance, like, right away, if it's very minor. You know, you let the person recover, and then you say, hey, we should probably go, you know, to the hospital or something. Or the urgent care, just to make sure that you're all good, you know? I don't know, that's what I'm thinking, but I don't really know, because I've never really seen a really bad seizure. I still have those documents I swiped, right? Yeah, you should still have them on you. Sure enough, you pull out the file containing the medical documents about your family. Ooh, everyone's death certificate. Okay, let's start with Pearl Ann. Cause of death, sleep apnea. Discovered by her daughter Tabitha. Tabitha Chrysanthemum? Scarlet. No autopsy performed. She didn't do an autopsy? But, like, would you like to know, like, what it is, though? What the heck? I guess autopsies aren't required, right? Edwardine Scarlet. Born April 9th, 1913. Died February 12th, 2003. Damn, they lived a long time. That's over 100 years, right? Or just shy. 10 years shy. 100 years? Sorry, my brain is not very good at math. Age 89. Wow. They tell me right here. Cause of death, heart attack. Signed by her daughter Pearl Ann Scarlet. Pretty normal. Almost made it to 90. Died of an old person illness. Yeah. Enoch's death certificate. Enoch Scarlet. Born September 9th, 1887. Died August 20th, 1957. Age 68. Cause of death, fall from cliff. That's not normal. So it has a coroner's report attached. Organs sustained, impact injuries. Lacerations to the neck and body consistent with fall from great height. That's really sus, though. You quickly flip through a few of the other. I mean, it makes sense. There are cliffs everywhere here, but it is kind of, you know, sus. You quickly flip through a few of the other Scarlets whose names aren't quite as familiar. Theodore Scarlet. I feel like we heard of Theodore, but maybe that's just me. May 24th, 1890. Died 1918. Age 28. Cause of death. Crushed in mine collapse. Body not recovered. Signed by his brother. Enoch Scarlet. I can't remember if that's... Did one of them kill the other one? It's been so long. Joseph Scarlet. Born April 1914. Died June 7th, 1944. Louis Scarlet. Born 1920. Died June 1944. Do I need to remember these? Both killed at Normandy in line of duty. They must have been Edwardine's brothers. Certificate of fatal death. Infant boy. Andrew Charles Scarlet. Delivered April 3rd, 1945. Stillbirth. Mother Edwardine Scarlet. Cause of death. Complications during birth. No doctors present. Home burial. There was no doctor present at the birth and a home burial. Yeah, there's some information missing there. Yeah. There's a lot of, like, stuff in here that it's like, oh, we didn't perform an autopsy. And I'm like, why wouldn't you, like, I mean, I understand, I guess, if they're really old or something, or it's like a long time ago or something. It's a good idea for the children, because that way they know, okay, you know, this person had heart trouble, or this person had this. That way it can be in their records, so that way if they ever feel weird, you know, they can link it to that, and it could possibly help them in their future. You know what I mean? If they're aware of those symptoms. Alexandra Scarlet, born July 12th, 1946, died August 20th, 1957. Damn, she did not live long. Yeah, 9 years. Missing, presumed dead. The mother also signed this. Damn, she is sus. That mom is sus. Mary Bell Scarlet, April 3rd, 1947. Oh, this is the same year. Is it the same day? Oh, wait, no, that's the birth. Died October 30th, 1963, 16. Cause of death, complications during childbirth. Signed by Edwardine. You didn't call an ambulance when I started seizing? I had a vision. Like a hallucination. I have those sometimes too. Used to have them a lot as a teen. Always just weird little things, like my hands would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller. No, that's not what we're talking about, bro. I think the carvings are trying to warn me about something. My family has dark secrets. I think there are visions of things that actually happened. Whatever these visions are, they're making me very suspicious of my family. These carvings are clearly drilled into some big gas pocket that keeps giving me seizures and hallucinations. Yeah, I'll go with this. An old family like yours? I believe it. Hopefully that's all ancient history, though. I mean, isn't everyone's family old, though? Maybe he means old isn't within this area old. But, like, anyone that's survived, anyone that's family is continuing at this point, I mean, we're all, you know what I mean? Like, we're all descended, never mind. I'm not gonna get into that, but you know what I mean. I wouldn't want something to happen to you. I'd like to get to know you a little better before either of us dies. Aww, that's kinda sweet. In a morbid kinda way. I should probably get going. Stella's still missing and the stone has finally yelled at me, so what now? I'll say, so what now? You might be stuck down here for a bit. The doc is on the warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine, and she's not happy about it. But after I looked this up, there's no way I was going to take anything she gave me. She's been poisoning me for years. What? She's been poisoning him? Really? I went ahead and blocked my door, so she can't get down here. Now we just have to wait her out. She's been poisoning him? And he knows about it, and he's like, whatever? He's so casual with it. Of course I did. Put a chair in front of it, it's never failed me before. We don't need her coming down here to finish me off, or whatever it is she might do now that I know what her treatment plan has been all these years. Oh, I can't ask the other thing. I wanted to ask the other thing too. Good, that gives us time to figure out a plan. Do you think he'll be mad if I say that? Heck yeah, sleepover. That's right, we can totally make the best of this whole situation. Maybe we can have a movie marathon. We'll wait until she's asleep, and then we can at least get out of the basement and we can figure out what to do from there. But why would your mom poison you? I don't know. But the internet says this is castor bean. It's used to make ricin, a super deadly poison that causes some of my exact symptoms. And death, usually. The thing I can't figure out is whether she's been trying to kill me slowly, or if she just likes to keep me sick enough to be dependent on her. I think it's the latter. I think this is exactly, okay, well now it's confirmed, that this is exactly like what some of those parents do. Like, they have, like, they have a diagnosis for it. But there's that movie about the mom and her daughter, and how she basically told her daughter that she's sick. And so the daughter has always lived in the house. I can't remember the name of it. I think I've talked about it before. It was probably in one of the Scarlethollow videos, to be honest, because I don't know what other video it would be in. But, yeah, the mom kept the daughter in the house. Told her she was sick, you know, she would get sick to anything. I think the child did everything online, you know, like, never left home, never made any other friends, never did anything. But the house was kind of cool, because it was, like, this digital kind of house. So, like, she could see everything outside and everything. But it was, like, really wild. And then she ended up, you know, like, there was a guy. I don't remember why he approached the house, but he met her, and they became friends, and I don't know, there was some romance there. But she ended up getting sick, and then she thought, because at first she was fine, and she's like, my mom lied to me, and then she was getting sick, and then it turns out, you know, like, she didn't have any immunity to anything. And that's all it was. The doctor was like, you're gonna have to be careful, you know, you're gonna have to get your shots and everything, and you're gonna have to try to slowly build your immunity to things, you know, like, don't go to huge events and stuff right away, you know, but try to build your immunity to different illnesses, and then, you know, you'll be fine. But she had no health issues. But that was just a movie. And then there was another show or movie, I don't know, I didn't watch it, it was also a mom and her daughter. But she kept her daughter imprisoned basically, told her she had cancer or something of similar, something similar. But that mom was like, towards the end, when the kid knew, she was just horrible to her kid, like, no, you need me, I'm the only way you can survive, you know what I mean, like, and it was supposed to be based on a true story, because it's a mental illness, you know, like, that the mom just doesn't want the child to ever leave. It's just crazy. But man, I totally thought it was gonna be the other way around. That would have been such a cool, like, thing, you know. Either way, I don't think I ever had an illness. I think the illness was me growing up and becoming less easy to control. She found a cure for that. Ricin is really bad. How are you not dead? I don't know. Maybe it's low enough doses, or maybe I developed a tolerance. But I think the fact that I feel more alive by the minute is proof that she was keeping me sick. I don't even need solid evidence. No matter what, we should get out of this basement soon. We need to get you out of here. Who knows what she'll do when she finds out what you know. I mean, yeah, but she doesn't know that he knows yet. He might want to bide his time a little bit. With your evidence, you might be able to go to the cops. Maybe not the local cops, but a cop. I do have the castor bean from the pharmacy, but I'd still have to prove where I got it from, and that she used it to poison me. It's possible the cops might just think I snapped it, and it could turn out even worse for me. I don't think the doc would hesitate to have me committed if it meant she could keep her hold on me. Yeah. We need to get you out of here. Who knows what she'll do when she finds out what you know. Where would we go? The only person who has a car is Kanika, and she's not answering her phone. I don't know anyone else. I don't have any other family to go to. I never even finished high school. When I get out of this house, I don't know how I can make sure I don't wind up right back down here. You can stay with me if you want. At least until you get on your feet. Yeah, I'll come stay in hay bale in my, my frickin' shed in someone's yard that I live in. I totally have room. You can stay with me if you want. We can figure it out together. Oh my gosh, is this the love interest they're trying to push you into? I mean, I'm fine with it, honestly. One step at a time. Let's start by waiting out your mom and getting out of here. You can stay with me if you want. At least until you get on your feet. I should warn you, I do live in some guy's shed, so quarters are tight. A shed? Not exactly what I pictured for somebody living in the big city, but it sounds a lot better than here. Tight quarters and all. Oh lord. He smiles, eyes distant as he imagines the possibility of such a life, undoubtedly for the first time. Thanks, Abs. You have no idea how much this offer means to me. But I guess we've still got to pass some time before we can get out of here. A distraction seems like a good idea. As you can probably tell, I'm getting a little jittery. Maybe it's the lack of poison in my system for the first time in years, or the fact that my whole perception of reality has been turned on its head. Probably a combo. But it doesn't feel awful, to be honest. You could always draw me. Oh my god, no. I'm scared how far that'll go. What if your mom doesn't fall asleep? You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she'd forfeited that title. I don't think I ever should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. I can't wait for her to be in the rearview mirror of the rest of my life. If she doesn't fall asleep by then, we can figure something else out. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars. Now I assume it was yet another way to keep me boxed in. But we can try to break them away. I don't know what to do. Should I do it? I feel like I've flirted with him so much. He does owe me a showing of the movie. Let's go with that. Reese gets the movie set up and joins her on the bed. Let me know if it gets too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people will react to the sorts of things I watch, but I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is a slow burn of a movie, but the dread it's managing to build is palpable in the room. Or maybe that's just how it feels down here, all the time, with the grisly paintings, lack of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course, the fact that the woman currently lurking upstairs has been poisoning her son since his teens. I've seen a couple of this director's other films, and they're all interesting, though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts to seemingly unrelated TV show recordings that then wind up tying back to the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the narrative that I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. I bet he's done like a ton of research on film and stuff. He's so smart, but he's been stuck down here for so long. There's only so much he can do, you know? So you just take in as much information as you can, I guess. And his tiredness all the time could be the poison, but it's also the fact that he's not doing anything, you know? And then he thinks he's sick, so he's just feeling depressed all the time. Like, why would you ever want to... It's just crazy. I can't believe I'll be doing things like this from now on. Just putting on a movie and hang out with people I like. He trails off, his newly energetic and chatty demeanor once again replaced with his usual shy, tense self. But you can tell there's something different about him now, that he hasn't had his daily dose of poison. Hold his hand, should I? I'm glad you'll be able to have a social life, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves first. We have to get out of this basement. Oh my god, no. It's chill. We need to wait. Ignore him and watch the movie. No. No. I have to hold his hand. As horror begins to unfold on the screen, you inch towards him and rest your hand lightly on his. He practically jumps out of his skin at your touch, but doesn't move away. His face is still turned away from you, staring intently at the screen, but he grips your hand. His delicate fingers are strong and warm, interlacing with yours. His smooth, papery skin pleasant against your palm. He's shaking slightly. Your hands are soft. A man on the screen yells. Wait, look at the guy. I I like his mustache. Wait. That's so funny. The people in the background just look like skulls. That is such a funny drawing. I love it. A man on the screen yells portents of doom into the camera, trailing off into a wordless scream. The plot is really heating up. I love that there are all these distinct sorts of vignettes, little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people, and only once you start to see how they fit together can you realize some fundamental horror about the universe. I wonder if he thinks she'll find out. This is just me, just all of a sudden. I wonder if he thinks she'll know because he saw what she got. And he took it with him. But all he has to do is go up there and put it back. You know, place it somewhere. Like, maybe place it somewhere in the same room. But, like, not in the same place. That way, if she walked in there and thought it was gone, you know, she'd be like, wait, it was just in a different spot. Or he'd have to try to place it right back where it was and just hope that she doesn't know. Hope that she never thought it was missing. I feel like she would be the person that would notice immediately if it was in a different spot. And then that horror sees you back. Incredible, cosmic horror in its truest sense. Reese is becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume that he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now. What with his entire reality turning out to be a lie. But he's also talking over the movie. Should I flirt with him again? I don't know what to do. I don't want to just leave. I think we do need to wait it out. This is a lame thing to say. His long arm unfolds, draping over you. His long arm unfolds, draping over your shoulder like a snake. Its many-fingered head gently resting against your arm. It's Wayne. Wayne says it's time to go home. Don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. Is that who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on his supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs. Enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. What do you mean? Wayne isn't going to hurt you. He hasn't hurt anyone. Why did you call it that thing? Oh no! Did he actually imprison me? Is Reese actually bad? Wayne hasn't hurt anyone. Yes, he will. He's furious with me. Can't you hear it? But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us. Oh no, this can't be good. Oh god, yep, I knew he wasn't human. Reese tears his clothes. Okay, yeah, he's definitely not human. Do you think he's a ditchling? That's why he likes the ditchlings, right? As Reese tears his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. We definitely need to grab his hand. This is creepy. This is creepy. Leave us alone, oh god. Oh my god, what is he? What is that? Definitely a demon. In the surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off, and Wayne along with it. Run for the frickin' stairs. You've seen enough to know you need to leave. Indeed. The door is blocked by a chair. And then it's blocked by something else too. Try to tear through, I guess. You toss the chair out of the way and do your best to tear through the substance coating the door. It reforms or regenerates too quickly for you to crawl your way through. Oh god, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. Defeated, you turn your back to the basement. The reminder of Reese's paintings await their artist's command. Oh my god, he's horrifying. It's okay. Stay right there. I can take care of this. Then she won't be able to hurt anyone anymore. I'll be right back. Oh my god, he's totally gonna kill the mom. Reese storms up the stairs, leaving you with his smears. Tabitha hasn't answered the whole day. You're not sure who to help. Best to follow Reese and see how things play out. Oh my god. I think we need to get the heck out. We could try to save the doctor, but like, honestly, I don't know how we would save her. I mean, she's the only immediate person in this area. But if we try to do that, he could kill us, right? So should we just try to leave? Well, I'm kind of glad I sort of romanced him, because that way he won't actually kill me. That's, I mean, well, not kill me, but I'm on his good side, you know? We should try to warn her. You make your way to the door that beckoned to you yesterday. All intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads. You know what secrets the stone that lurked in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror, somewhere beyond the narrowed hallway leading from the house proper into the doctor's office. There is a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. Open the door. You grasp the handle and turn. Dr. Kelly emerges from the shadows and levels a firearm in your direction. You instantly notice it's not a proper rifle, but some kind of tranquilizer gun. Duck. Duck. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop projectile. Oh my god. Why would she keep him alive if he's evil? The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air to hit Reese. I mean, is that Reese, though? Not really. He pulls out the tranquilizer dart from his chest, heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're going to have to try harder than that, you bit. No, how did you... As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out between the cracks of the wood, Reese's panic pulling in the mob of furious smears to hold his enemies in place. What are they? Is that just what he can control? The artist darts away, but the smears continue to work in his absence. Damn, he's strong. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway, and Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening gobs of paint. I'm gonna go after Dr. Kelly. I was gonna try to help Wayne, but... You run forward, braving the onslaught of the smears, dodging them as best as you can to try to see where Dr. Kelly went. The door in front of you is smothered in paint. Hey! Dr. Kelly's voice cracks out of some unseen speaker. You, Abs, I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us. You survived what's going on. What the hell is your son, man? He's not human. I'm sure Wayne can handle this. I can't believe I was right, and then I changed my idea. Just because he told me he was human. Like, I was just like, oh yeah, you know, he wouldn't lie to me, you know, Reese is so chill, you know. I can't believe how wrong I was. Wow. I'm sure Wayne can handle this. I'm not helping you, you're poisoning him. Really? You could say that? Because that keeps him from losing his cool. Like that. That's the only way to keep him alive. What the hell is your son, man? I wish I knew. He was fine until he hit puberty. Everyone said raising a teen was gonna be a bitch, but they don't know the half of it. Oh my god. I need you to get to the medical storage room. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. What the heck? I can't believe she just like, oh, casual joke. You turn back around and head to the medical storage room. I'm here. Great, now listen to me. I need you to use the black taped key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled carfentanil. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't gonna cut it anymore. Oh my god, there he is. An intercom system, huh, Doc? Good, you should hear this. Abs, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not gonna hurt anybody else, just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's just going to shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? And shove me down back in the basement. Or maybe someplace else. I feel amazing right now, better than I've ever felt in my life. I'm not dangerous, she's just scared because she knows she finally has to pay for what she's taken from me. He has a point. I'm not going to let you kill someone, Reese. Can you two just get along? I don't feel like I should get in the middle of this. I just want to go home. Wayne, help me. I mean, he does have a point. But I don't want to, like, say that and then end up getting killed because I didn't actually take action, you know? Wayne, help me make the decision. That feels like a cop-out. He has a point. You can't be serious. Look at him. He's dangerous. He's going to kill me. You're one to talk, Doc. How can we know there isn't anyone else whose treatment you've taken into your own hands? You've done it once. What's to stop you from lying to someone else, stepping in to treat them as you see fit, regardless of what they want for themselves? I thought I was going to die every day. Do you have any idea what it's like to give in to your own mortality like that? Oh, there's Wayne! It wasn't living, that's for sure. It wasn't even surviving. It was just enough. Reese cries out in pain. Ah, what the hell did you do to my shoulder? I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate it. The two stagger off down the hallway. Quick, grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room. Yeah, let's get it. Tranquilizers are easy to find, marked with a small square of black tape to match the key. She's certainly an organized woman. You make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the massive paint ceiling and shut. Hurry, I don't think I can keep it open for long. You slip past her and into the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it. Painted viscera splatters across the cement floor. It sounds like Reese and your friend are still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets here, so we're just gonna have a chat. Oh my gosh, it's like we're in a prison room. She's freaking cool, man. But I don't understand. If she knew what he was, why she would keep him alive. Like, I know she considers him her kid, but I guess that's like the hardest thing to do, but I don't know. I don't know what I would do, but let's talk Reese. What is this room? What's the game plan, both short and long term? While we're at it, any other secrets you're keeping? Okay. What's in this room? Old x-ray room, lead walls. After I realized this whole situation was a possibility, I had the door reinforced with special remote-controlled locks. Glad it could finally come in handy. Wait, she's glad it could come in handy? Let's talk Reese. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. When did you find out? A little after he hit puberty. He had all the usual changes, then a few extra. Thickened nails, sharp teeth, elfish ears. I figured he might have some kind of genetic disorder. Had him checked out at a few specialists, but there was nothing obviously wrong with him. Then we had an argument, and he changed, right in front of me. It was nothing like what he is now, just a couple inches and some facial abnormalities. Nothing too noticeable. I was scared. He could see that, and he stopped. I thought it was a one-off, or maybe a hallucination. But the second time, it wasn't as subtle, and it didn't go away. That's when I knew for sure that there was something beyond my realm of expertise. You think it's his dad? It has to be, right? The relationship between you seems so difficult. How do you know he's dangerous? I mean, did you not see him tell us that he was going to kill her, and that this only happens when he's mad? How did he not know what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. We only had 3 incidents like this before, maybe 4, depending on what counts. This is the worst by far. He doesn't seem to understand at first that he looks different, and I just make sure to stay on top of his dosages, so he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this inevitability. He's an adult now. There's only so much I can do to control him. She started poisoning him so that he would... Yeah, it's poison. Yeah, she's trying to... Apparently it medicates his illness. That's what I figured. I started when he was around 15. I don't know what that is. But she's been giving him high doses of whatever this is. But his body kept adapting, and his symptoms would come back, especially if we ever fought. I couldn't keep ordering all those drugs, and it was already suspicious, and I could risk losing my license, especially if anyone ever found out what I was using them for. Someone approached me with a solution. I took it. And I've been dealing with the emotional and mental consequences of that decision ever since. Who approached you, and what did they say? Dr. Kelly gives you a long, hard look. I don't want to talk about that woman, but screw it, I might die tonight. Sure, I'll tell you. And that's all I have to say about it. What? It didn't actually tell me. Okay, whatever. What is he? At first I thought he was some kind of werewolf. But if he is, he doesn't follow any of the full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit to him. And you've seen what he looks like. It's just weird. I almost wish I could examine him when he's fully transformed. I'd be fascinated to know what happens to him. Or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess that'll just have to remain a mystery. Was his dad somewhere? A strange little smile creeps onto Dr. Kelly's face. I wish I knew. Reese just kind of happened. I wasn't seeing anyone. I just woke up pregnant one day. I know how impossible that sounds. I'm a doctor, for Christ's sakes. I kept having these weird dreams, almost like sleep paralysis episodes. They were romantic, apparently. They were actually kind of sweet, but they were just dreams. But then all of a sudden my period stopped. I got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, Reese. Oh my god. So whatever his dad was totally caused that to happen by giving her those kind of dreams and sleep paralysis. That's horrifying. As someone that has gotten sleep paralysis, that is honestly horrifying. Oh my god. That's terrible. The relationship between you seems so difficult. Or did that say difficult? Yeah, you could say that. He was such a cute kid. When I found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. I didn't know if I'd be ready. But he made me a loving mom. It's not like I was going to be sunshine and roses forever. No matter what, kids grow up and they change, sometimes for the worst. This is part of being a mom, too. Doing what you can to make sure the child you brought into the world isn't going to go around eating people. Is that what he does? How do you know he's dangerous? It's obvious. Yeah, that's clue number 1. He wants to murder me. It's not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad. But every now and then we butt heads, and that's usually when this side of him comes out. Imagine if this happens anytime he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine he gets road rage one day, turns into a 12-foot-tall monster with a million teeth and rips somebody apart in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. He is indeed a menace to society. Yes, but there's gonna be someone else that he's gonna argue with. Like, I have a feeling that if I hadn't all of a sudden been like, oh, he's fine, you know, and, like, talking so nice to him, and, like, if I had done something to make him upset, I think we'd be in a much different situation right now. Like, if I kept playing, like, I don't know what to say, basically the asshole run. If I had been that kind of person, been snarky, you know, and stuff, I totally think that it would have had a different outcome. I would have probably died, you know, because he would have been mad at me too. Probably not as mad as he is at her, but, like, you know what I mean? I mean, I was buttering him up, not even realizing it, but I was. Why not just kill him? I mean, it is her kid, but yeah, if he's a menace to everyone else. He's been kind to me. What you're doing is difficult, but it's necessary. Do you think it might be a self-fulfilling prophecy? I can fix him. No you can't. This ain't something you can control. What you're doing is difficult, but it's necessary. I think I might say this. He has been kind to us, but again, I don't feel like that's gonna stand. I'm glad you see that. It makes me feel a little less cruel. It hasn't been easy doing all this to him, but I know it's for the best, for him and for everyone else. Yep. What's the game plan? Both short and long term. Well, I pump him full of elegant tranquilizers, then I lock him in here. Then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after. And if you can't, has that worked before? It's just gonna make him feel trapped. It sure is, especially since I'll have to isolate him even more now that he knows what's going on. He's gonna hate me. But you gotta work with what you're given. And what I've been given is an ethical dilemma where I either let my son kill me, freeing him to go out and kill others, or imprison him for the rest of his life and force feed him poison to keep him controllable. Or a third option, kill him. I've decided which outcome I can live with. Any other secrets? You have it all? You have no idea how relieved I am to finally say this out loud. I understand. You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for her son to make his way to the safe room. The sound of distant breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside the safe room. Might be game time. Here we go, we're staring down the hallway. Oh no. Oh dear God. Wait, is he worse? Oh my God. Oh dear God, oh dear God, oh dear God. No, don't come closer, please. Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over the tranquilizers, this is our shot. We have to. There's literally, like, if we don't do that, she's gonna die. Alright, Reese, it was, great, I guess. Dr. Kelly quickly loads them into her gun, leveling the barrel at her son. Oh. Yeah, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I noticed at the beginning, I think, with the last video, when we first saw Reese, and we saw his nails and how long they were and how weird I thought that was. And I'm like, well, he is just living here in the middle of it, like, you know what I mean? He's not going anywhere. He has no real reason to, like, take care of his nails all the time. You know, he's a guy, his room's cluttered, he probably just doesn't, you know. That's fine, whatever. But I did really think it was weird that he spent so much time on the computer and time painting, you know, doing things with his hands. I mean, anybody does, but... And he didn't trim his nails, you know? But... Dr. Kelly sighs heavily, staring down at the warped figure of her son. Not that I'm trying to judge anyone. You know, like, if you can do that, that's fine. I just struggle if my nails get too long to do anything. I can drag him into the safe room on my own. I'll meet you at the front when I'm done. Yeah. That's rough. You return to the entrance of the clinic. Everything is quiet now. Only streaks of paint where Reese's minions had once rolled out of the cracks in the wood. I hope Wayne got out. I hope you understand that this needs to stay between us. I don't care how much you feel like you need to share with what just happened with other people. The more people know about this, the more trouble it is for me and for him. I don't need any more well-intentioned escape plans. Can I come visit him? Yeah, we have to visit him. Do you think you'll let any of his friends in on this? No, she's not. There's a magic stone in your basement. Just thought you should know. Also, we busted a hole in the wall down there. Happy to help. Think I was starting to like the guy. Can I come visit him? As long as you don't bring anyone else along. Yes, that would probably be good for him. I can't promise he'll want to see you, or that he won't have some harsh words if he does. But I don't want him to be entirely isolated. That's good. Okay, so she's not a terrible person. I got mixed feelings towards the end of the visit last time, because I was thinking that she was mean, but then there were certain things that she said or did that seemed to show like she really cared, but her personality was just so, like, rude and, like, I can't think of a good adjective, but, like, something where you just don't want to you don't want to engage, you don't want people there, you know, you're just, like, constantly annoyed, you know, it's very hard to tell what she's really thinking all the time. I just thought you should know about the magic stone in your basement. Okay, thanks for the heads up, I guess. Do you think you'll let any of his friends know about this? I have to think about it. We'd run the risk of one of them trying to break him out. But if he's stuck in a windowless room with no internet and no friends, that's a one-way ticket to insanity. Yep. Then I'd have an insane monster on my hands. Stella in particular would be a problem. That girl never knows how to mind her own business, or follow other people's rules. She would have absolutely no fear of what might happen if he was cut loose. She wouldn't? I totally think that if you told Stella about it, she would understand, but maybe not. Kanika I might consider. She's got a bit of a bleeding heart and pretty inflexible morals, which could be a problem. How could that be a problem? On the other hand, I don't know how well she could keep a secret, and if Stella found out that then Kanika could probably be convinced to do a jailbreak. Ah, I see what she's saying, and then it'd blow all up in my face. She's put a lot of thought into this, yep. It's the same calculation I've been doing for years, debating on whether or not I could be fully upfront with any of them, instead of just pushing them away and hoping they didn't notice what was really going on. Maybe I'll get him a kitten or something, like they did for Coco the gorilla. Might as well give him a tire swing while I'm at it, some enrichment for his enclosure. I hate that I have to do this to him. I feel like it was bound to happen, though. I tried to get you to stay away for a reason, but what's done is done. He was bound to figure it out sooner or later. I'm just glad there was an extra pair of hands around. It could have gone a lot worse. As much as I'd love to stand around chatting, I have to get to work. Gotta clean this place as best as I can for tomorrow. And you should probably get home. It's dark. I'm sure your cousin is worried about you. Hug her! Yes. No offense, but I'm not a hugger. Wow. I would have totally hugged her. Okay. The night is oddly warm compared to the chill of the day, crickets singing quietly in the sleepy little neighborhood. Everything that happened in the clinic feels almost like a dream, and now that it's over, you realize how little it messes. How little it meshes with your understanding of the world. Go home. Doggos? Before you can get far, you're interrupted by the sound of panting and telltale jingling of dog tails. It's the militia. They've poured out of the woods and stand before you on the road. You're looking for Gretchen, weren't you? We found her and her person. They're by the side of the road a little ways through the woods. They're both fine, but the human wouldn't leave when we tried to make her, and Gretchen insisted on sticking by her side, so we'll have to take you to them. Hopefully you can use your people words to get them to go someplace safe. The woods are crawling with those awful creatures. It's not safe anymore. Not even for a human. You could really say no. I'm following them. You let the dogs lead you into the wilderness, following on their heels as they take you to Stella. Before long, the trees thin, and you find yourself on a steep hill by a two-laned road lined on one side by a sheer rock. And there, sitting on a log, staring mournfully out at the asphalt, is Stella. And there they are. Keep them safe. Be seeing you, speaker. You sit on the log beside Stella. Abs, how did you... She looks over her shoulder in confusion. Hey, Stella, what's up? Hello, ghost shirt. She's probably having a really depressed moment. Gretchen's such a good girl. Yeah, if Gretchen would have tried to get help, Stella would have totally... I don't know if she would have lasted without Gretchen by her side. I wonder if you didn't save Gretchen, how that would impact this moment. Like, if they would find Stella and she just wouldn't be alive. She looks over her shoulder in confusion. Is that a gang of dogs? I'm so glad my compatriots could be of service. I simply couldn't survive another night without my nice soft bed. What are you doing out here? Scraps and Daisy formed a militia. It's a long story, but they helped me find you. Why haven't you been answering your phone? Just happy you're okay. I'm gonna tell her that. That might make her laugh. Huh, neat. No, it's definitely not gonna. Okay, so she's just completely down. She's not going to. What is this place, Stella? Why are you here? It's just a bunch of bad memories. There's nothing left to talk about. Let's get back to town. I know that's a stretch. That's the time to go home stretch. Thank the Lord. I'll be sleeping in my own bed tonight. Thank you, Abs, for talking some sense into this girl. I don't want to mention Reese to anyone. I mean, maybe I'm being a goody girl. I'm sure we'll have the option to mention it again. Yeah. I'm being a goody girl. But honestly, I feel like everyone should know, but at the same time, I don't know. Stella scoops Gretchen up in her arms, and the three of you walk back to town in silence. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Oh my god, Wayne, you jump scared me. Oh my god, that was terrifying. Why did you do that? What's your problem, bro? Time for you to get home too. He appears as if out of nowhere, clothes streaked with what at first looks like blood and gore, but you quickly realize it's paint, evidence of his altercation with Reese. I'll walk you. Run away. No way, dude, I'm walking home by myself. Walk away. Thank God you're okay. I was worried Reese might have gotten you. Thanks, I appreciate the company. Yeah, thanks, I appreciate it, bro. Shall we? Wayne walks just ahead of you, in near complete silence. I mean, Tabitha did tell us we could trust him. That he was a good person. Right? I mean, I'm not saying that I really believed her for a long time, but with everything that he's done to help us, it seems like her statement was true. Did you know Reese was like that? I thought you wanted me to stay at the estate. Aren't you going to lecture me? Why are you following me around? Why not Stella or Kanika or Sybil? Why not Tabitha? Why me? Why am I so special? Yeah, we'll have to ask that. Thanks for looking out for me. Okay, we have a lot to go through. Did you know Reese was like that? I knew he was different. How exactly? I wasn't sure. But I know. But now I know. I thought you wanted me to stay at the estate. Aren't you going to lecture me? You were free to make your own decisions, and those decisions have been made. I know that something pulls at you, and I know that now you cannot stop until your task is finished. I'll keep you safe while you do what you must. Maybe I'm the fate of the town, but I was gonna say something about Reese in the previous thing. Oh, what's her name? Sybil told me that it was someone I was close to, but I'd only just met Reese. So how could it be him? I'm not close to him. I mean, yeah, I thought he was cool, but, I talked to him once. You know what I mean? I don't know. Why are you following me around? Why not Stella or Kanika or Sybil? Why not Tabitha? Why me? Why am I so special? You simply are. Do you not feel the ties that bind us? They are unremarkable. That seems sus. What do you mean? He says because you are special. Thanks for looking out for me regardless. Anytime you find yourself in danger, I'll be there for you. I will always be there for you. You don't need to keep coming up with new topics of conversation to fill the silence. You're tired. It's been a long night. You should rest. What? I can't ask the rest of the questions? What if there was something important? Oh no. I'm sure we'll see each other tomorrow. You should try to spend some time in that old building before you head to town. Tabitha won't be around, too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you. And you should be surprised, and you might be surprised at what you find. Until then, sleep well. He disappears into the underbrush. Go home. The estate feels empty, wind howling through its abandoned halls, and the very foundations creaking beneath you. Your cousin must have already gone to bed. The damp spell of the mattress is starting to become almost welcoming, a sign that the now daily horrors of Scarlet Hollow are finally behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again. You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing into sleep almost immediately. Let me save. Okay. As you drift off, you think of Reese, trapped in that tiny windowless room. All his greatest fears realized, his body no longer his own. But you stopped him from killing Dr. Kelly. The world, at least for now, is protected from him. And then you think of nothing. Do you really ever think of nothing? There was a Dr. Dolittle achievement and something about a train robbery. I don't know what the train robbery has to do with anything. Follow us on social media to stay up to date with the rest of Scarlet Hollow's development. Yay! I really want the Wayne plush, y'all. It's really funny. But I'm not sponsored or anything. I'm just saying. I think it's cool. Really happy. That was really fun. I thought there was going to be a cutscene, though. Oh, do I click it? This is all their people that are on their Patreon. There was no cutscene to the next one. Oh well. Maybe there will be some other time. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I feel like we just did so much, so I'm trying to think of like how to digest some of it so we can talk about it a little bit before I sign off. So what were your thoughts on Reese? I honestly didn't know that that was gonna happen this chapter. I didn't really see as it got further, as it progressed, I was like, wait, there's like nothing else that we've gotten a plot for, really? So there's that. Seems like we'll be doing some poking around in the mansion next, which I'm all for. Trying to think. The freaking doll scared the heck out of me. That it moved. The pastor somehow seems more sane, but I still think he's crazy. I suppose I should ask you, what do you think of this outcome? Clearly there's different things that you could pick. I'm sure different people could die. At the beginning for this, it says that you could die. So I think we could die. We also could have just had him eat the poison, which might have killed both of us, or it could have helped. I don't know. What did you guys think was gonna happen with Wayne's story? What did you guys think of the mom? And what did you guys think of all the other information that we gathered earlier in the episode? I think there was supposed to be more with Stella, but it literally didn't give me an option. I think maybe you have to have a different trait to learn about it, because some of the, I guess this is cheating, but some of the, content warnings mentioned things that had to do with her accident, like not her accident, but the accident her parents were in. You know, like the car accident. It mentioned car accident and something else that directly related to that. So I kind of assumed that maybe that would happen. I wasn't trying to, I was just reading the content warnings to make sure that I would be okay playing the game. But yeah, anyways, it was way better than I didn't think it was gonna be bad, but I was scared that I didn't know if it was gonna be too much. You know, I didn't know if I would be like, I don't want to play it. But it was really good. I really liked it. I hope you guys did too. I really thought that the manifestation of Reese was really well done. It was creepy as all get out, but it was really cool. And they totally got me, because I completely changed. I did a complete, 180. And then they got me. So, kudos to them. And go out there and play it. If you really like it. There's so many, again, there's so many different endings you can get. even with what I did, there's different choices you could make, but there's also so many different traits you can pick. I do think the animal trait seems to help so much with gathering information on the game as a whole. And especially with this particular chapter, because you wouldn't have been able to talk to the dogs otherwise. But maybe somehow you get to Stella anyway. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.